So first of all, web servers and web browsers we'll see. Web browsers, that to software application for retrieving, presenting, and traversing information resources on the World Wide Web. Right. So an information resource is identified by URI, Uniform Resource Identifier. There is such type of web browser architectures where you are entering something from keyboard. You get connected to network using HTTPS, FTP, HTTPS, and you will get the response in terms of HTML file, XML document, or PDF document. Our main intention is on the web server. So main interest is in the web servers. So web server is a specialized software that responds to client request by providing resources. When users enter uniform resource located into web browsers, they request specific documents from web server. Maps this URL to file on a server and return request a document to client and communicates with the client using the HTTP. That's the protocol for transfer requests and files over the internet. So examples of web servers like Internet Information Services, that is IIS, Personal Web Service, that is PWS, Apache Web Server, Tomcat. This is general architecture of this web server. Different clients are there. May on heterogeneous system, operating on heterogeneous system. They get connected to this particular Apache web server, right? And based on each client request, the server will satisfy the individual client request or give the response back to the specific client. Apache, as a survey, Apache is the most popular, then Microsoft IIS and others. Apache server, Microsoft IIS engines, then Lightspeed, Google server, Tomcat, IBM server, Oracle servers, right? They have traffic server. These are the server names actually. So web servers, IIS is a Microsoft corporation, PWS Microsoft Corporation again, and Apache Software Foundation. It is released in 2000. It is PWS in 97 and Apache in 2001. Platform for IIS is Windows 2000. For PWS, Millennium NT, Windows 95, 90, and so on. Now advancements are there. Apache, Unix, Windows NT 2000. IIS is the most popular web server for Windows 2000. PW is the basic web server for publishing personal web pages, and Apache is currently the most popular web server. And Apache is freeware. PWS is also. IIS is included within Windows 2000. Now, general server architectures like the web servers have two separate directories. Like the document root is the root directory of all servable documents. Like suppose the site name is blumus.com and the document root is named say top docs, and it is stored in the this directory admin slash web directory. So slash admin slash web public top docs is the document directory address for it, right? Because top doc is the root address. Now, if when I'm saying www.blumus.com say and tooltips.html, this file or say page we am requesting, the server will search for the file with the given path. That means slash admin slash web slash top docs, and in that this verbs tooltips.html. Now the server can have virtual documents trees, sometimes different days or machines also. Then the server root is the root directory for all the code that implements the server. Right. So three other subdirectories are there, right? That means the server root usually has four files. One is the code of the server itself, and then other three subdirectories like conf, that is configuration information, logs to store what is happening actually, and CGI bin for executable scripts. And contemporary servers provide many services like virtual hosts, proxy servers, support for databases. Then HTTP request types, say for example, so known as the request method. We already studied the HTTP request types in for Unit 1. There's a request header, format, all those things. So get and post, these are the popular method. When you retrieve and send client from data to web server, get request is there. That is send from content as a part of URL, retrieve resources from web server, and post request update content of web server, that is posting, and that has no limit of length of query. And again, this post is not a part of URL. That means and cannot be seen by the user post method. HTTP request type post data to server side from handler. And browser cache the web pages allow for quick reloading, cache responses to get request. Accessing the web servers. So requesting the document that is must know machine name on which web server reside. Then through local web servers or remote web servers that you should understand. And whether this is through to domain name or in IP addresses. How to request the document, you should be very much clear cut about it. In local web server like resides on user's machine, request documents in two ways like machine name or local host name. Then accessing web servers in that remote web server access resides on different machines. Domain name access represent group of hosts on internet combines with how name that is www and top level domain to form fully qualified hostname. Now, what is fully qualified DNS or hostname that already we have studied? So top level domain TLD in DNS we have studied it described like .com, .org and so on. A fully qualified hostname means provides user friendly way to identify site on a internet. You know the concept of IP address uniquely identifying your computer. And domain names have a maintained database of host names and corresponding IP addresses. It starts as fully qualified host name to IP address, known as the DNS lookup. Then next important part, web server. That first web server will cover your Internet Information Services. So this IIS, this enterprise level web server, included in the 2000, allows computer to serve documents. Internet Services Manager like open here, just see Windows. If you go to control panel, start settings, control panel, programs and feature, and turn Windows feature on and off. You can do by yourself. You can check it out also. I will share this document with you. You have to just Internet Information Services. So you have to turn that feature on, right? And in that Internet Information Services Manager, you are having IIS reports, right? This dialog box you can open. So control panel, you have to go there and you have to go for the Internet Service Manager icon and place a document to be requested in default directory or virtual directory like C, inetpub, www root as I told, and you can give the virtual that is name alias for the existing directory on local machine. Now here when you are using this Internet Information Service Manager page, so you can now go for default FT site and default website. Permit transferring document between computer and server. HTTP used frequently to request document. You can allow SMTP virtual servers. You can create virtual directory default website and you can give a name to it like this. Welcome to the virtual directory creation wizard. Then next, in virtual directory allies, you can provide the names and website content directory. You can give the access permission to it like this here. So virtual directory allies, the allies is chapter 21 test and directory C and this path you are supposed to give and here read run script execute write browse read this access permission you can give as like shown here. So you can click that access permission and what access permission do you want to set for the virtual directory you can set it from here. The next important web server again personal web servers PWS is scaled down version of the Internet Information Services. So intended for personal computers, ideal for education institutes, small business and individuals. Does not require PC to be used exclusively as a web server. Now we can see this personal web server and its GUI. This administration program for PWS this one and places document to be requested in default directory or virtual directory that is SQL initpub www root and virtually you are supposed to be allies for existing directory on local machine. So here when you select this your home directory as I told this C initpub www root right and then uh, you can edit the directory like by giving setting the permission setting the allies and like directory root is a path and the allies chap 20 test like this and you are setting the permissions read and scripts. The next important web server that you have to go to is Apache web server. So Apache web server here maintained by Apache Software Foundation, most popular this. So successfully what how to do this? Start program, go to Apache HTTP server, control Apache server and start now here. Apache web server, starting the Apache web server in this particular fashion. Already you have to install and then you have to check it out, Apache server. And then client server architecture this supports. Client task is to provide a way for user to submit queries, run application that use the results of queries, display results of queries. Server task is implement a data manipulation language which can directly access and update the database. Again, a two-tier system has client data are connected directly to the server. So two-tier means here first user, and here these two are in on the same level, application server and a database server. Problems with the two-tier is that because the relative power of client has grown considerably, we could ship processing to the client, but then maintaining data integrity is difficult. Now, web server part of multi-tier application like divide functionality into separate tiers, logical groupings of functionality can reside on the same computer or different computer. So, first our solution is three-tier architecture where client tier is having workshop, workstation, desktop. There is an introduction of middle tier that is having the application server, and information tier having the data stores or the databases. Here, client tier referred to as the top tier, applications user interface, user interact with the application through user interface and display data to the user. Information tier referred to as the data tier or bottom tier. It maintains data for application and store data in relational database management system that may be involved on DML queries or execute DML queries. The middle tier implements business logic and the presentation logic. Controls interaction between application client and the application data. It acts as an intermediary between data in information tier and application clients. Then this middle tier again focus on the control logic, presentation logic, and the business logic accordingly. So in this particular fashion, you can go about these systems, web servers, and their how they are working. Again, if you want detailed information about these web servers, so here is the Apache web server. Complete information I will share with you. You can go through it. Each and everything is given for Apache server, how to set up that server and how to use, right? So that you can read accordingly, and you can also have knowledge of this Apache web server. Then how to install CIS on your machine. So here, as I to go to control panel, select program, turn Windows features on and off. Like this. I'll share this file also with you. Internet information services. You have to tick and make the services on. Then internet information services IS manager open, and you have to run as administrator. Then next, this screen will open in front of you. Next step, test IS web server. After the installation of this IS, Windows will automatically start the web server services on default port number 80. So to check whether it's functioning properly or not, open your system browser and type http localhost to see this. When you type localhost, this will open in front of the default internet information services page. Now, IIS is web service working or not. For this, you can use this. By default, IIS shows the local HTML page to show everything is working fine. In case it's not working, then HTTP server local assisting on port 80. So run the following command at netstat stat dash a dash p tcp dash n. For newly installed IIS web server, such problems would not appear actually. If it port 80 is busy, you need to free it accordingly. Right. Then to default website to bind the site, so you need to go to the internet information services manager default website, pick out edit bindings, and you have to in edit you can configure and install WordPress. Suppose this application with IIS manager. So it's a simple HTML one for WordPress. So right click on the website and select Explorer. This way, default website home. Add index.php to default document, and it will get added to your document. So you can add such type of default documents, index.php or any other file if you want, you can add. Right. So sometimes what happen, you need to edit w.config.phd file, right, to give database name, username, and localhost accordingly. Now sometimes you need to work on the security tab, and whatever application you are supposed to select, it should work. So you need to give security permissions, right? That means full control, allow or not, that you are supposed to showcase. Then when you place index.php, it will open that WordPress installation for you. The security setting also you need to do. So in this particular fashion, Windows IIS we can check it out, or check it's working for Windows IIS. How to install Apache Web Server on Windows, again in detail. Say for example, these are certain steps for that. I'll share this with you and you can try it out. Okay. And now I want to tell you, show you that how we can create that particular Apache. Or we can configure web server using packet tracer. Okay, I think I already created the design of for it. I will just show you that how to go about it. See, this design already I have created. This is PC. You have to take one PC, one switch, and two servers. Now you just give name to this server as the web server, and for this DNS server configuration I will tell you. And IP addresses for this 192.168.1.2, for the DNS server 192.168.1.1. For this PC 192.168.1.3. You can take any scenario and you try to connect. Now you need to click on this web server and check its IP addresses, like 192.168.1.2 IP address. Subnet mask is coming, and you are entering the DNS server name here. That is this one IP address 192.168.1.1 here. Then go to the services here in the server, and in the services you have to click on HTTP and ensure this HTTP is on. Right. And serial number 5 here we are interested in index.html, not others. So click on this index.html. Right. So here just enter. This is HTML. So hello batch B. Okay. Hello batch B. And just save. I'm saving this. Okay. Index.html. Yes. Okay. Then close this, go to this particular PC, oh sorry, and check this IP configuration. I think I had entered. So its IP address is 192.168.1.3. This one, subnet mask is coming, and I'm entering the DNS server name for it. That is this DNS server name 192.168.1.1. Okay. Now click on this DNS server. Go to the desktop and its IP configuration for the DNS server. So IP address is 192.168.1.1 and DNS server is the same 192.168.1.1. Now for the same DNS server, this DNS server, click on services, and here you have to ensure that click on the domain name server here, and say suppose I am typing here. I'm just first of all I will this name is there, so uh, I'm just giving suppose the same name is there, so no need to once again. I will remove it and then I will enter for you once again. I click on the DNS and here I am writing www.say.tit.com. Suppose that resource record that I'm typing, and I will say here address I have to enter. What address I have to enter in the DNS? I have to enter the address of this website. That means the web server's address. So that is 192 address resolution हो जाएगा 192.168.1.2. Here I am entering the web server's address and I am saying add, right? Then click on this particular PC, local machine or PC, and go to the web browser. And in the web browser, the URL I'm typing, say, for example, I'm going to www dot I think tit.com. If I say go, it is printing hello batch B. Okay, that means I'm connecting to the web server. So this is the simplest way one can explain the web server in this configuration tool. So likewise, you can work accordingly.